back to Culinary Alchemy. Today I'm going to be demoing a holiday cookie with a tropical twist, coconut raspberry thumbprints. For this recipe, you'll need to find a large cookie sheet or sheet tray and line it with parchment paper and set it aside. For the ingredients, you need 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cup of unsweetened shredded coconut, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 1/4 cups of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 egg yolk, and in the bowl of my electric mixer I have 2 sticks of unsalted butter, softened. To your flour, you want to add your coconut and your baking soda and salt, and just whisk it until it's combined. Once you've got the dry ingredients mixed, take your butter in your bowl and place your paddle attachment on your mixer, and you're going to beat your butter with your sugar, your 1 1/4 cup sugar, on medium speed until it's light and fluffy for about a couple of minutes. When your butter and sugar mixture is really light and fluffy, this is what it looks like. Now add your vanilla and egg yolk to your butter-sugar mixture. Turn the mixer back on and then continue to beat for another couple of minutes until it's really well incorporated. When your egg and vanilla are really well incorporated, give the bowl and sides and bottoms a really good scraping using your rubber spatula. Then turn the machine on to medium-low and slowly beat in the dry ingredients until they're combined. Once they're combined, remove your bowl from the mixing stand. Get all of the dough off of the paddle. And then find yourself some plastic wrap. And using as best an eye as you can, divide your dough in half. And just pat it into a rectangle and then wrap it in the plastic wrap. And then you're going to pop it in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes to rest. And while it's resting, you can preheat your oven. So you want to position your oven racks in the upper and lower thirds of your oven and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. The dough's rested now for about 15 minutes, and I'm going to unwrap it and leave it right on the plastic. And using either a small cookie scoop if you have it, or your hands, just break off pieces of the dough and roll the dough into 1-inch balls. by rolling it between the palms of your hands. If the dough breaks apart at any time, don't be afraid to pinch it because this dough is really forgiving. Kind of reminds me of days of playing with Play-Doh. Speaking of which, if you have any youngsters at home who like to play with dough, get them in on the action too. So you're going to continue to roll your dough, and you want to just take out one piece of dough from the fridge at a time. Leave the second bit in the refrigerator to keep cool while you roll the first batch. And this is what I mean. If it breaks apart at all, it's okay to pinch this dough to form it. And once you have all of your dough rolled into balls, we're going to place it in our oven, and we're going to bake it for about 10 minutes. And you want to rotate the trays top to bottom, front to back, halfway through the baking time. Before you put your dough balls in the oven, make sure to space the balls evenly 1 to 2 inches apart because they will spread out during the baking time. Now place your cookies in the oven and set your timer for 10 minutes. Don't forget to rotate them halfway through. As you can see, these really do spread out, so I'm just going with the back of my small spatula here and separating the few that are touching. Then using my thumb, I'm just going to make an indentation in the center of each of the cookie. And it's pretty fiery hot, but just keep on persevering. This is where we're going to place some raspberry jam. And I'm going to be using some seedless raspberry jam because I don't like getting all the seeds caught between my teeth. If it's really too hot for your thumbs, you can use the back of a spoon, a wooden spoon, but you want to make sure you get a nice indentation in there to house the jam. Then taking a small spoon, just get some of your jam and drop it right in there in the center. Come on. And you just want to complete that till all of your cookies are filled. And then we're going to place them back in our oven for about another 5 minutes to set the jam. All the cookies are filled with raspberry jam and they're ready to go into the oven for their last 5 minutes to set it. This is a time when less is more. You don't want to put in too much jam, otherwise it'll bubble over in the cooking process. The jam is set and the cookies are out of the oven. Now they need to cool completely on a cooling rack. Next time they ask you for your thumbprint at the bank, you'll think of these cookies. Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay tuned in for more.